I'm trying to understand your answers to this committee. Let's start with the workers' dignity question, because your truthfulness under oath is surely, I notice my friends across the way now are utterly uninterested in any organization you've been a part of. They're suddenly utterly uninterested in things you wrote in the past. They're utterly uninterested in who you give money to. That wasn't the case just a few years ago, but be that as it may, surely they're interested in your truthfulness. I have now counted, just as I've sat here today, 4 separate answers by you, all of them conflicting as to what exactly was your relationship with workers' dignity. So let's just get this nailed down. First of all, did you disclose your relationship with workers' dignity to this committee?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to America First. If you're tired of the lies, corruption, and double standards in Washington, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into one of the most jaw-dropping Senate hearings I've ever seen. Senator Josh Hawley absolutely dismantled a judicial nominee, Miss Campbell, for lying under oath, dodging questions, and trying to hide her radical affiliations. Trust me, folks, this one shows why we need to keep fighting for honesty and accountability in our government. Before we get into it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video. Every like, every subscription helps us spread the truth, and that's something the mainstream media doesn't want us doing.
Don't look at the chairman, look at me.
I'm not sure that I included that. I don't remember, Senator.
Oh, I think you do. The answer is no. You did not disclose it to this committee. Then you told Senator Grassley, I've never represented that group. Then you told Senator Lee, next, that you had indeed advised them, and that you'd advised them as a member of a legal advisory board. You said 10 years ago, right? Then you told Senator Cruz that, in fact, you told Senator Lee you'd advised them briefly. You told Senator Cruz, actually, you'd advised them for 3 years. Then you told Senator Durbin that it wasn't 10 years ago, it was 15 years ago. So what is it exactly? You didn't disclose your association with this radical group to the committee. You're currently listed now, your own bio lists you as a legal advisor to the Workers' Dignity Group from 2013 to the present. To the present. The Tennessee Bar Association cited your work with this group for your nomination. So what is the story? When did you start working for Workers' Dignity?
Senator, more than a decade ago, for 2 or 3 years, I served on a legal advisory committee or board.
So you gave them legal advice.
We were helping them set up as a nonprofit.
So you represented them. So you lied to Senator Grassley earlier when he explicitly asked you, did you do any legal work? And you said no.
Senator,
in fact, you served on a legal advisory board. That's your testimony now. Correct?
Senator, I served on this board.
On a legal advisory board, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you lied to Senator Grassley here under oath. What else have you lied about? Workers' Dignity has condemned Israel's ethnic cleansing of Palestine. They have said that Israel is engaged in ethnic cleansing. Do you agree with that?
No, Senator.
How can I believe you? You just lied under oath a moment ago to Senator Grassley. You've lied to us up and down on this committee. I mean, this is a serious problem, Miss Campbell. I have to say, I've never seen a witness, never, in 5 years in this committee, sit here and lie to us and change the story person to person. Why are you doing it? What is it? Why are you afraid to tell the truth about workers' dignity? Why have you lied to this committee? Why didn't you disclose it? Why did you lie to Senator Grassley? Why have you changed your story every time you're asked?
Senator, I have not lied to you today. I've tried to represent my participation with this group.
What you've done is you've misrepresented your participation with this group. You apologize to Senator Cruz for any confusion. You've created the confusion. Deliberately. Deliberately. Let's talk about something else that you've created confusion for. The biggest political donation that you have ever made is to Odessa Kelly, this radical candidate who said that members of this committee are Satanists, who endorsed violence. Why did you give money to Odessa Kelly? Over $1,000. I mean, that's not nothing. That may be nothing to you. That's not nothing to most people. Why'd you give money, the most money you've ever given, to this person?
Senator, Miss Kelly lives in my neighborhood. She's one of my neighbors.
And you agreed with her views?
No, on those views that you've read, I don't agree with them.
Oh, I haven't read any of them. I'm just asking you. Do you agree with her views? I mean, you gave her more money than anybody else. Your governor, your state senator, your attorney general, you gave her the most.
I do not agree with all of her views, no, Senator.
Well, which ones do you agree with? Can you name one?
Senator, I know that she is my neighbor, and I'm a neighborly person.
Oh, I see. You're a neighborly person. Well, I tell you this. You have represented to this committee that you didn't know what Odessa Kelly said and the frankly outrageous things that she said and did. You said you didn't know anything about workers' dignity. You lied to us about your association with that group. You said you didn't know anything about the Tennessee Immigrant Refugee Rights Coalition, who thanks you personally in their introduction. You said you didn't know anything about that. I mean, either all of these people are liars or you are, Miss Campbell. It's one or the other. It's quite a pattern. Maybe they all are, but given what you've told us under oath today, I think the answer is you are. And for that reason, you are utterly unqualified to sit on the federal bench.
Let's unpack what just happened here, because this is not just about one nominee. This is about a system that rewards dishonesty and punishes those of us who stand up for truth. First off, Senator Hawley went straight to the heart of the matter. Miss Campbell's relationship with Workers' Dignity, a radical organization that has openly condemned Israel and accused it of ethnic cleansing. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, that sounds like a group with extreme anti-American values. And yet this woman, who is being considered for federal judgeship, has been linked to this organization for years. Her own bio lists her as a legal advisor to Workers' Dignity since 2013. But what does she do when asked about it? She lies. Plain and simple. Did you catch that? She doesn't remember? Folks, let me tell you something. You don't forget being on the legal advisory board of a group that you've been working with for over a decade. This isn't a case of poor memory. This is a deliberate attempt to deceive the American people and the Senate. And here's the kicker. She gave 4 different answers to 4 different senators about her involvement with Workers' Dignity. First, she tells Senator Grassley she never represented them. Then, to Senator Cruz, she admits she worked with them for 3 years. Then she changes the timeline again and says it was more like 15 years ago. Which one is it, Miss Campbell? You can't have it both ways. This is exactly the kind of dishonesty that disqualifies someone from holding any position of power, let alone a lifetime appointment to the federal bench. Exactly, Senator Hawley. What else has she lied about? Because when you have someone who can't tell the truth about something as basic as their past affiliations, how can we trust them to uphold the Constitution? How can we trust them to be impartial, fair, and faithful to the rule of law? But wait, it gets worse. Senator Hawley exposed another big red flag. Her largest political donation, over $1,000, went to Odessa Kelly, a radical candidate who called members of the Senate Satanists and endorsed violence. Folks, this is who she's supporting with her money. Not her governor, not her state senator, not her attorney general, but someone who openly disrespects the very institutions she's now asking to join. Really? That's her excuse? She's a neighborly person. Let me tell you something. Being neighborly doesn't mean you write a 4-figure check to someone who hates America and everything it stands for. If my neighbor were spewing anti-American nonsense and calling decent people Satanists, you'd better believe they wouldn't see a dime of my money. But Miss Campbell? She's fine with it. And when Senator Hawley asked which of Odessa Kelly's views she agrees with, she couldn't even name one. Not one. That tells me all I need to know about her judgment, or lack thereof. Folks, this is the pattern we're seeing here. Lie after lie, excuse after excuse, and a total refusal to take responsibility. Senator Hawley was absolutely right to call her out. He didn't let her off the hook like so many others would have. He pressed her on her ties to radical groups, her dishonesty, and her questionable political donations. And let me tell you, we need more of this kind of leadership in Washington. Miss Campbell's behavior in this hearing is a perfect example of why we can't let the radical left control our courts. They want to stack the judiciary with activists who will push their agenda from the bench, and they don't care how unqualified or dishonest these nominees are, as long as they toe the party line. Senator Hawley nailed it. Miss Campbell is, without a doubt, utterly unqualified for this position. A federal judgeship is one of the most important roles in our government. It requires honesty, integrity, and a deep respect for the rule of law. Miss Campbell has shown she possesses none of these qualities. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think someone who lies under oath and hides their radical affiliations should be allowed anywhere near the federal bench? Let me know in the comments below. And if you agree that we need to stand up against this kind of corruption, share this video with your friends and family. Let's make sure the truth gets out. Thanks for watching, Patriots. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a video. Together, we can fight back against the lies and the corruption and put America first. Until next time, stay strong, stay free, and God bless America.